have today with us Jeff Dahl, who represents a company called Communication Intelligence. And it's something really new on the market, so I hope that you'll find it as fascinating as I did. And he's going to show us what it's all about. So, Jeff, it's a pleasure to have you with us here on French American TV.
Thank you.
And I know that this product is not only an American product, but it's going to be, we can say, soon an international product. So
yes.
It's, I know that they are called, as a matter of fact, the French were looking into it. So it's good that you let us know, the French and the American and all the world, because everybody in San Francisco is from all nationalities, what this new invention is all about. So maybe before you start talking about the product itself, tell me what you know yourself about the product and how you got involved with the product, so we can know a little bit about you. A little introduction
that's
about
pretty
you.
easy.
Yeah.
I think that there's been a lot of focus in computers mostly on the hardware, better hard disks, faster processors, and how big the computer is. But over the last few years, people have begun to appreciate more the need for better designs of the user interface to allow the computer, regardless of its size or shape, to be usable by people other than scientists and engineers. So that was my interest in getting into pen computing.
Okay, so you probably got into maybe home computing first, as everybody else.
That's right.
You probably had your own little computer at home.
PCs with word processors and spreadsheets.
Yeah,
right.
And so after that, you said, well, maybe there's more, something beyond that. There's something beyond the small computer at home.
That's right.
A lot of people, as a matter of fact, I heard, found out that after getting their own small computer at home, they found out that in the end they did not use it that much. Maybe because they did not know how to use it that much, or maybe they could have used it more, but they didn't.
Yes.
But they bought it because everybody was buying it, and that was the thing to do, and to keep up with the Jones, whatever. But maybe you can show us why this is really something that you must have, or something that really makes sense to have. The idea behind communication intelligence is what? I mean, what is the idea behind this product?
Well, our mission specifically is to develop software to allow different ways of interacting with computers. And the first dimension of that is really the pen interface. So our focus right now is developing software that will be able to recognize your handwriting and translate it to the same information that would be generated by a keyboard, and to also recognize your signatures.
Okay, and I saw on the tape that you sent me, I saw that the pen was not really a pen. It was like, it's not an ink pen.
That's right.
Okay, it's
the
like
pens
just
for these devices have some electronics inside of them, which allow them to be sensed by the computer.
Okay, so it's pen computing, but you cannot just pull out any big pen and write with it.
For most of them, that is correct.
Okay, all right, so we made that clear. So you do have to have a special pen-shaped instrument, I would call it, that you would use on that screen.
Yes.
And then go from there.
And the technology that's used for sensing the pen is very similar to the technology that's been used for many years now on computer systems, mostly for computer-aided design. Actually, large digitizer tablets, which were often used by computer-aided designers who would use it to digitize drawings.
And they would touch.
That's right.
With a certain instrument.
Exactly.
Okay, and now the person who had that pen now is in possession of that computer.
Yes.
Now you gotta show us or give us an idea why this is such a great instrument to have.
Well,
okay, I have a pen in my hand, and why would I want to have such a machine?
There's two very important aspects to this, and that is what makes a computer usable.
Right.
Forget the people who have already mastered a keyboard and all of the complex applications.
And the programming.
But looking at the rest of the people in the world who don't use a computer yet.
Or who never took a computer programming class.
That's right.
Okay.
The big question is how much time does it take them and how much energy do they have to spend to learn how to use the computer? So there are really two aspects to this. One is many people have a certain type of lifestyle or job which makes them mobile. People who deliver packages, people who are taking sales orders, who go to different offices or different homes, like insurance salesmen.
Right.
For them, it's very difficult to have to take a computer with them to process all of their orders.
Right. You don't want to carry a keyboard.
Exactly.
Okay.
The other aspect is the way the application looks. Many applications look very difficult to use and require too much energy from the person to focus and concentrate on the application. So what pen computers are all about is a package that's small enough to take with you and a user interface that is transparent enough or similar enough to how you use a piece of paper that I can use it in different contexts, such as taking an order from a customer.
And you can tell the computer go to next page, for example?
That's right.
Next page,
and
please.
Going from page to page is very easy. The applications can be designed to have a user interface like a notebook. So you would touch tabs on the screen to go from screen to screen, for example.
Okay, so right now, if I understand well, the application is mostly to fill out forms.
Yes.
Like I'm taking an order of some kind of...
Exactly.
And I need basic information that's repeated all the time. And
right.
all I need to know is fill out the cases of the form. Do you have one in front of you?
Yes.
Okay.
What I'm looking at here is an application that was designed for people in the insurance industry.
Okay, so they need name, address, phone number, and all those things?
Exactly.
Okay.
And also gives you the ability to gather information, such as the signature, and if they can zoom
of the
in.
person, okay.
Right.
So he needs okay, so he's for example, insuring a trunk?
Exactly. This is for doing damage assessment on the car.
All right.
When somebody goes to the insurance company with a damaged car and they would like to make a claim. So here you can take a look at an application that doesn't look like a computer so much. It actually looks like a paper form. Okay,
what's written here was originally written by hand and it became on a print form.
That's correct.
Can you show maybe on the third line how you write something and then something
probably it'll be kind of tricky with the camera angle.
Let me do it. For example, I want to
maybe just write a different number here.
Here?
Uh-huh.
Write number 6.
Right.
Okay, so see,
so try
and
it again.
Okay, try again. 6.
There you
go. Okay, here it is 6.
Okay, so as you just want to show the people that as soon as I write, it becomes in the form of a print form right away in front of me.
Exactly, just like you had typed it on a keyboard.
Okay.
But now you don't have to know how to type. And that gives you an incredible sense of freedom, because now I can carry this computer with one hand and do all of my entries with the other, whereas a keyboard requires 2 hands, which makes it difficult to carry the computer.
Okay, and usually people are trained so that they shape their letter correctly, so that so the computer will recognize it. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Now the funny things about the signature is that you have to do it several times before it's accepted. Is that it?
You can teach the system your signature. That's correct. And you write your signature a few times to train the system, and after that you can use that signature like you would use a lock.
Okay, but if it's a new customer, he has to sign just once.
Exactly.
And the computer would absorb it.
That's right.
In whatever as is. Is that it?
Exactly.
It will not transform
store
it.
the image.
It will store the image without transforming it into a print form. It doesn't need to. It's a signature.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So basically, for example, this is just filling out this form, telling which part has to be
fixed.
Fixed.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now, typically what happens is, in so many situations in real life, people generate information by writing on a piece of paper. In business applications, there are usually some sort of predefined forms. When they do this, with the computer automation being appreciated as widely as it is, that information is almost always then retyped on a computer so that the information can be stored and sent via a computer system.
It doesn't have to be retyped since it becomes in a print form right away.
Exactly.
Right, is that what you're saying? Okay, so basically, even if the form is long, it can move up the page?
That's
like
right.
The form.
So, for example, on this one form here,
there was a beginner to this form, as there was a beginning to that form.
Exactly. There are different pages that I can go to by touching tabs that are on the screen.
So, for example, the top of the form might have been just basic information about the person.
That's right.
Page 2, which insurance company it is.
Exactly.
Okay, all right, so that's good. And okay, so that's a business application. You can just take the data from each
field and transfer it to whatever application you want to do. Now, is there yet any application for the general public? For example, for me as a consumer, I want, for example, to have a computer to type letters, for example, for me.
Yes. These types of applications are all in development now, and one of the things that we see a large market for in the consumer market is for people who would like a personal organizer, like a calendar or diary application. And there are products on the market that are computer versions, but they have a keyboard interface.
Yes.
And so they are somewhat awkward to use for most of the normal people who aren't computer scientists.
I see. So this is another application. If I want to send you a letter, for example, can I write it here and I will attach it to a printer? It will come out to in a print form?
These computers are just like a regular PC in that they can talk to anything that a PC can, such as a printer. And they can run standard applications as well. So if you have a word processor that you would like to use, there's a good chance that they will work on these products as well.
Okay, so the person takes that form, then if he wants a copy, can you push a button and give him a copy, for example?
If you have a printer. Yes.
Yeah, if you have a printer with you. So the printer would be maybe bigger than the computer itself.
Right. It's actually, there's also a lot of new printer technology which allows printers to become smaller and portable,
which is good.
And even run on a battery.
It might come out soon. Okay, because usually when you do a transaction, you want to give a copy to a customer.
Yes. In fact, there are printers from companies already on the market that are small enough to put in your briefcase and can run off of batteries.
Oh.
So if you need to print the form for your customer to leave with them, you can still do that.
All right. So if I understand well, most of these products are with several different companies who are doing. Are they all doing it about the same size?
There are two primary sizes. One is this size, which we would call a notepad,
standard,
which is like a paper form size.
Okay.
And then there's another size, which will be maybe half the size of these,
and that
for
would be
simpler applications. And I think the personal organizers will likely be half the size of these, at least that small.
Thing is, if a computer can sense or recognize handwriting, what would be the next step? I mean, that he would maybe sense the sound or the way we write to determine whether we're healthy or not. I mean, it seems that we have gone up to the edge of whatever a computer can do for us. If he can really recognize human beings, and he can recognize maybe things beyond these things.
The computer is a very powerful tool which can improve people's quality of life. But if the computer is awkward to use, many people will never realize the benefit. And now that computers are becoming much cheaper, it's mostly a question of the user interface. For the same reasons that the personal computer was popular in the very beginning, people found that they didn't have to retype the entire letter just because a few words in the letter
and they invented
changed.
The word processors. Is that what they invented? And this could be the same also. Can I erase if I made a mistake? It's erasable.
Absolutely.
So what do you have? You have the pen and the eraser on the other hand?
Usually you would do that by a gesture.
Okay, and like you would tell the computer, erase whatever the letter I wrote.
Exactly.
Is it pretty accurate? If I wrote, for example, a full paragraph, will it print pretty accurate what I wrote?
If you've learned the system and
or
its
do I have
abilities,
each time to reread it?
The systems are actually quite good if somebody has practiced with it a little bit. We find that 15 to 20 minutes of practice give people enough of an understanding that they can get very good recognition. And people must also remember that hardly anybody types with 100% accuracy. In fact, when most people type, they spend many keystrokes just correcting the errors they've made.
That is correct, but this also will need some corrections after being
written. Yes, and the corrections are very easy to make with the pen.
Okay, on a pad like this, I can write a letter of 8.5 by 11 and move on to the next page to another 8.5 by 11.
Absolutely.
Although this doesn't look 8.5 by 11, it looks more like a half a page.
It's just like most of your PCs today. You use them to generate business documents, but the screen itself is not
smaller,
the same size
so
as your
it
phone.
moves.
Exactly.
Does it move also like that?
You can scroll through it.
A roll,
yes.
like a roll. Okay, yeah, that's good to know because, yeah, so you can have like several pages and roll it up, and that will make your full page.
Right.
And okay, I wanted, since we touched last time about application in schools, we talked about how this could maybe help put program to help children on how to do maybe addition, subtraction, and how to even write. And is there some plans on try to maybe introduce this computer in classrooms?
Yes, the applications for the education market around the world are very exciting for these types of computers. Especially for small children in primary education.
They can only use a pen. Okay.
Exactly.